In continuation with the solar eclipse that has affected all of us, and I was really badly affected, that another faux has happened with me is that now when I know that Uranus has gone direct today, I should have been mentally prepared a week earlier, but today when I got up in the morning, I realized that the solar effects have been so strong on me myself that I just completely forgot that Uranus is going direct today. But nevertheless, the realization, the moment it dawned on me, I just got up and I started working with my own psyche and energies to go along with the Uranus. Now, Uranus affects our lives, and this depends very much on whether we resist its influences or we try to work with the planet of independence, liberation, and enlightenment. You should allow your energies to flow when the Uranus is going direct, because Uranus gives you a lot of introspection. Uranus gives you a lot of enlightenment. It actually works on the inner engineering of a system from the innermost core. So it depends upon every individual whether you want to resist it. Like if when I got up in the morning, either I could have resisted it and said, oh, it's fine, I can do it later. Or I got enlightened, I just shifted my inner engineering and I said that I have to take certain decisions today if I want my 2019 to be ballistically happy, fulfilling, and I actually would feel by the end of the year that the year well spent. So get up. Start working rather than saying that I am going to start tomorrow. I start working today, and rather than saying that okay, within the course of the day I will do my thing. No, I will do it right now. So right now is the key word here. So if you want to be independent, if you want to be liberated of the restrictions of the so-called restrictions of the other people made around you, or even your self-made restrictions, now is the time to break free, because Uranus definitely has a very strong impact, and especially if it is going directly after the solar eclipse. Solar eclipse has shaken us up and Uranus puts us in the correct perspective. So while Saturn slows down our inner clock in order to persuade us to face reality, Uranus speeds up our tempo in order for us to consider taking calculated risks and making the changes that we very much want to do it in our life. So now is the time to make those mega changes in your life. Correct the inner engineering of your life, and then you will see that whatever you think inside is what manifests outside. Now, this is a very strong line that I have said. Whatever you feel inside is what will manifest outside. So whatever negativity that you are feeling about anything, about either your people's emotions, or about your personal relationships, or about your professional relationships, and you want to make changes in life, now is the time to do it. Make those changes. They may seem that it's going to be a humongous task, but trust me, when you start walking on the path, you'll be able to do the correct thing, and you'll be able to liberate yourself from the so-called the golden cages, or from the so-called where you start feeling restricted and claustrophobic. You can break free and breathe free. So whichever part of our lives and of our psyches that Uranus touches, especially by hard transit, is an area where we will begin to feel restless and dissatisfied with any routine or status quo connected to it. So whichever part of your life, whether it's personal or whether it's professional, or whether it is your behavior or your attitude which makes you restless, is an area which requires a higher recommendation of actually putting it on the correct track. And every individual, 100% every individual knows exactly where the things are going wrong, not only with himself, but even with the world at large, or with the people around him. So just a slight, confirmed, regular determined approach to that area will help you overcome certain things in life, and you will feel much calmer, much happier, and much joyful doing your life. Remember my words, life is not a struggle if you are aware of what is happening around you. Some people say, I wasn't aware. Well, now they can't say I wasn't aware, because when Uranus goes direct, it makes people aware which are the areas that are restless for you, which are the areas that you want to liberate yourself from. You must take the initiatives. If per se you don't like a job, but you're in a job because it's sustaining you or it is giving you the money, well, now is the time to think twice and follow the passions, what gives you happiness. Money will automatically follow. But risk you have to take. That's the calculated risks. So people who feel I cannot take a risk because I have mouths to feed, or I have my EMIs to pay, or I have obligations of my family, well, he can at least start planning. Work with the system which pays you for some time, but start laying blueprints and paths to what you are passionate about. And once the other bucket is half full, you can actually make a clean, swift move. And of course, initially when you're following the passions, the pay or the money or the remuneration may not be that much, but then you have to adjust a little bit. It's like taking 2 steps backwards now for the 3 steps forwards that are soon going to follow. That's what Uranus direct does. So what you need to do is a consciousness regarding these parts of ourselves and our lives is accelerated to the point that others might consider our actions and reactions hasty or rebellious. If mishandled, we may act in considerate and very brusque ways, but if handled well, you will actually come out a winner. Now is the time to work on realistic values of life, not on what people believe how it should be. Stop thinking about other people at this particular moment when Uranus is going direct. Look into yourself and be responsible, break free of the shackles, and do things what actually bring you true joy. And sometimes, not only sometimes, most of the times in our life, we do things what others expect us to do. In the bargain, we start feeling upset about it. But the moment we start doing things which give us joy and happiness and be realistic to ourselves, you will realize that the beliefs that you've been following create stress. But when you are realistic and you're being joyful and happy and doing things, life actually stops becoming a struggle. So in a nutshell, actually now when the Uranus is going direct from today and it is going to remain direct for quite some time, it is important for you to just understand this, that Uranus is shaking us up and is offering us a chance to be more aware of our inner core, of our individuality, and that will also bring in confidence and self-belief. Uranus does not accept stagnation. So change is the order of the day. Right, so Uranus doesn't accept stagnation, nor does it accept restriction. So you have to be liberated, you have to think out of the box, you have to accept the changes that are coming your way and be confident that this change is going to be brilliant. Personal freedom is highlighted here. So you will want to get the personal freedom, but just wanting to get the personal freedom is not enough. You have to work towards bringing in personal freedom. Transiting Uranus acts to awaken and to make us aware of our feelings of being restricted and constricted. So Uranus surprises, it jolts you, it stimulates you, and in the end, it liberates you. I am actually very happy because there are so many things that are happening personally with me. At my age, now I realize and I also experience the language or probably what I have learned about the planets, and I can directly relate it with how my energies are opening up and how liberated I feel and how energetic I feel, especially now that the Uranus is going direct. I am able to actually withhold my convictions, and those convictions of mine make me very happy. And I have suddenly realized that these convictions I needn't thrust upon the people who are in and around me or who depend upon me, or even where you viewers are concerned. I don't want to thrust my convictions on you all. I want you all to experience that now. If you actually give it a thought for just about, let's say, couple of minutes, meditate on yourself, just close your eyes and think about yourself, that there are so many things that you want to change, so many shackles that you want to break, so many restrictions that you want to liberate yourself, because you know that inwardly there is a certain goal, there is a certain target that will make you happy. So now is the time you should build that confidence. Now this confidence has to be built with your own truth to yourself. And you don't have to prove this truth to anybody, because you know what is right for you and what is wrong for you. I need you all to remember, I'm saying it at the last, but it is not the least. It's a very important thing that Uranus is a very forward-looking planet and does not have patience with lifestyles or attitudes that are attached to the past or are traditional. Uranus expects the individuals to change. But like everything else in life, you are told to accept the change. But rather than accepting the change of what the others expect from you, it's important to change according to what brings you happiness and what brings you joy in life. Uranus is all about thinking forward and being progressive.